Hey you guys, it is me, Laura. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 kids, ages 10, 8, and 3, and I am sharing with you today what we have in our morning basket. I'm hoping that in sharing with you, I can give you some ideas and help you think outside the box just a little bit so that you can have a dynamic homeschool that's growing and changing with your family as your needs and your family change and grow, but that's perfectly tailored to your family and the needs of your children. And you as mom, because you're important too. So we are switching to kind of a different model a little bit. So we have a morning basket and we're going to be having a book basket that both serve different purposes, but also cross over a little bit. Morning basket is what we do when we come together. I do this with all my kids there and we work through it. And book basket, it has a bunch of books. This is from My Father's World. It's the idea from there, but there's a bunch of books based on whatever we're learning in our unit study or learning in our homeschool at that time, and the kids can spend about 15 minutes a day reading. I take turns actually reading with the kids, and then the other days they read on their own during that time, but that way they can dive into the topic in ways that are meaningful to them, if that makes any sense. But this is the morning basket, and so this is what we have. So right now we're doing Professor Noggin Medieval Times. We are not doing anything in our formal homeschool that has anything to do with medieval times. We've done a lot of US history in our homeschool, and I wanted to add a little bit more world history. You can also get these that go with unit studies too, that's fine, and I'll do that some, but I wanted every opportunity to kind of do a little bit more world history. So right now we're doing medieval times, and I also got the ancient history one too. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. So what we do is we go through this deck. This has trivia cards. It's meant to be played like a game. That's not what we do with it, but the card has a picture on one side and then easy questions and hard questions on the back. So all we do is we go through, and right now we're doing the easy ones. So I ask everyone the easy questions. We look at it together. We read the answers together. We just do the easy. Then we move on with our basket. And once we've gone through the deck and done all the easy cards, we can go through it again and do all the hard cards. So that's what we do to start our morning basket. It's kind of a fun way to get everyone together. Another fun thing that we do is truth or lie, or I try to find some other fun trivia or just fun book that is short that goes along with whatever we're learning. So right now we're doing a lot of inventions and inventors and all of that. And so in this case, you are given 4 statements about inventors, and one of them is a lie and the other 3 are true. So we all put in our guess for the truth or for the lie and read and see if we got it right. So when this is done, we're going to be moving to another one of these that's presidents. No, it doesn't have anything to do with what we're learning, but my son really wanted to do one on presidents, so we are. But it's just, these 2 things are just kind of fun, kind of warm-ups. And then I have something for my youngest. She's 3. I want to keep her attention. I want her to be very involved in this time and what we're doing. Might do nursery rhymes next or something like that. In this case, I have this book called Whose Hat Is This? And I picked this book because our next thing that we're going to be doing is a devotional from this indescribable book. And the next one that we're doing happens to be, talks a lot about sombreros and shade and that kind of thing in relation to space. And I haven't read it completely, so I don't know, but I thought this would be a good segue. So we'd start with this. So she's talking about hats and what hats do and different hats. And then we're going to be reading about hats in here as well, sombreros. So after we have read our devotional, we go into our read aloud time. This is what we're reading right now. We're almost done with Prairie Thief, but we have been enjoying it. And depending on where we're at that point, if everyone's done, we're done. If everyone is really engaged in whatever activity that they're doing while we're listening and we have more time, then we will read from the selection that goes with what we're learning about, either from America's Story 2 or God's Design for the Physical World. And then we have some kind of experiment or art project or hands-on activity that goes with that. We don't do that every day, and some days it doesn't fit in our morning time. We have to do it in the afternoon, but sometimes we get all of that in. So it's kind of flexible, and usually if I can't fit it in a morning time, we'll just bump it to the afternoon. And that works just great. Or we'll bump it to right after lunch or whenever makes the most sense. But that's what we have in our morning time basket right now. We do have a toddler. If I didn't have a 3-year-old, we would totally do all of this and probably more every time. But I need to keep in mind the fact that my 3-year-old doesn't have a super long attention span, and that's totally fine. I try to keep her busy doing things, but if she's done, we just save it for when she's in her nap. So I would love to hear what you guys are loving in your morning basket. What do you do? I would like to get to a point where we're adding a few more things in here, like music study or just something random that we loop through, but I decided for now I was going to keep it pretty basic. As the kids get older, we will add more. So I'd love to hear about your morning basket or what you do together as a family in your homeschool time. It might not be like morning basket or anything like that. I definitely take my own liberties with these kinds of especially these trendy things like morning basket, and I do it completely. I take the idea, the main idea, the parts I like, and make it my own, and I hope that you do that in your homeschool as well. I hope that you're having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.